Hello Pisces, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me for your May 2020 ASMR Tarot Forecast. We'll be using the Heindel Tarot, and I will be doing a 12 houses spread. I feel like it really suits itself. It's really well suited to the current environment that we're all in America at least, and I know most of the rest of the world dealing with it as well. Anyway, no one cares, right? Today I have fluorite. I love fluorite. I love all the colors. I've never seen an ugly piece of fluorite. Prove me wrong, right? If you've seen an ugly piece of fluorite, post a picture of it in the comments. I don't know if you can do picture comments on YouTube. You could probably link to it. And then I'm just gonna end up broke because I bought all the ugly fluorite you guys sent me links to. I also have my smoky quartz, and I have a tourmalated quartz pendulum just in case I need to clarify anything with a yes or no answer, make sure I'm on the right track. I don't have super fancy spray this time. It's okay to not use super fancy spray every time. What I have here is just some potable drinking water, and it's actually, a really wonderful resource and often overlooked. It's important, especially as we get into the summer months, to stay hydrated. Extra water for you because you're Pisces. All right. Here we go. Let's get started. One thing that I noticed for the first time this morning, I didn't sleep very well last night. I'm only telling the water signs that. I only told Scorpio and Pisces in the videos that I didn't sleep well. Because you guys probably get it. But one thing that I noticed when I woke up this morning, or when I was watching the sunrise, you don't hear the birds sing very often. Here in Van Nuys, it's pretty loud, and there's just a lot of industrial noise. There's an airport nearby. But I was able to hear birds singing this morning. And it became apparent to me that they had been listening to popular radio because of their call patterns. And I thought I was losing my mind. Imagine not sleeping at all for a whole night, and then outside 5 different birds break into Uptown Funk. Oh boy, yeah. I will sleep well tonight, I promise. I didn't do it on purpose. there are a number of factors that contribute to me sleeping poorly, and visions of an inside-out tarantula might be one of them. Maybe that has nothing to do with it. Anyway, enough about me. How have you been, Pisces? Oh God, you gotta be kidding. I'm really sorry to hear that. Well, yeah, at least there's a positive to it. Well, yeah, I mean, there's definitely some good that can come of this. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that'll be really good. Ooh, shiny. You know, sometimes I think about the yearly reading I did for 2020, and I don't remember if it was the Leo reading or the Scorpio reading, but I just keep thinking about some Scorpio is going to ruin my birthday, and wondering which one it's going to be. Go ahead and make my birthday party list and then just cross off all the Scorpios. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't actually do that. But what if I did? I'm sure that's not what's actually going to happen. I mean, these are general readings. Things are different for everyone. Yeah. All right. First house. Aries. Some of you might have Aries rising. House of beginnings. It's the Ace of Cups. No one's gotten the Ace of Cups in that position yet. Some people got the Ace of Pentacles. That could be a new relationship, or it could just be the start of a new emotional journey. We've got the Sun. That's good. We've got the Tree. It's possible that this is something that you planted the seeds for a long time ago, and it's had a long time to develop. And the Mice. Now, the Mice is a card about these little vermin coming in and nibbling at your self-esteem, nibbling at your resources, nibbling away at the corners of your very existence. So just be mindful of that. If you have hangers on, address it. All right, second house. Second house is ruled by Taurus and Earth energy. It's the house of possessions. So we do have the Ace of Swords in the reverse here. That could be a drastic change. Now, you might not necessarily like it, but it could end up being beneficial. Let's see what is in store. I am so happy. I'm so happy because I have to tell you, I speaking of material things, I try not to get too wrapped up in possessions because obviously attachment is the root of suffering. But I love these candles that have the wooden wick and smell like a forest. That's like my one weakness. And they come in these beautiful ceramic pots. You're not supposed to use them to drink out of. It's probably got lead-based glaze because those are all the most beautiful glazes, right? And we really have been good about not leaving the house, but we did go to Target today and I stocked up on scented candles. Don't tell World Health Organization. So there's going to be an obstacle that has to be overcome. You might get a letter in the mail about something related to it. So yeah, the letter and the birds together is some kind of message coming in. It might be from multiple sources, like if you're living in an apartment building that is going to be renovated or torn down, or they're hiking up the rent, or if you live in a rental house and the people all of a sudden want to sell it or want to move in there. Yeah, all of those things are very real and present issues that happen in this world, unfortunately. But let's find out some more about it, because that's just the second house, and your reading started out so great, but like, it might be that everything's really good, things are gonna be way better in the end, but that there's like these little worries that are kind of getting tacked on, and that's what is eating away at you. The third house is, it's governed by Gemini. House of communication. This is Leo's card, strength. So you can see this woman wrestling with this serpent, and it's really more like a very erotic dance that they're doing together, actually. Gross. Did I just say that? I'm sorry. Redacted. Anyway, this woman dancing with this snake, she's conquered the snake not by force, but by persuasion. And so here, this card being in your third house of communication, you may have to rely on your powers of persuasion, which are in fact very powerful, to convey a message back to people about this. What do we have here? The scythe. So it could be a cutting of ties. This lady. And the moon. The moon could be about hidden things, but it can also be about artistic pursuits. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm sorry. I want to give you the best reading that I can. I always do them in order because that's how the houses progress. And I like to be authentic to the progression through the houses. Maybe I I should start with my own house first. Clean my own house, the 5th house, and then I can start from each different house, and then I'll learn how to see through the eyes of every astrological sign. Maybe. Yeah, so this could also be like if you're an artist and you are dealing with a landlord, there may be things that you have to cut out, or like, you know, maybe don't tell that person that you're a musician or an artist, because it might affect how they view you. Just stupid. Did I show you the beautiful banding in this fluorite crystal? I really love fluorite crystals. I really meant what I said. Post all your ugly fluorite here. Alright, 4th house. House of home and family. You might learn some more about this situation here. And it's ruled by your fellow water sign Cancer. Now, look, it's the 9 of Cups in the reverse. This could mean that you end up having your wish fulfilled, but it's probably not going to happen in May. We have the stork. The stork brings in blessings. That's why they bring babies. We do have an ending here to something. And the stars. But, you know, like new good things coming in. Maybe the stork is bringing in the stars, and that's your 9 of Cups wish fulfillment situation. But it's not going to happen in May, unfortunately. So, the 5th house, governed by Leo, creativity, passion, romance, and the King of Swords in the reverse. This King of Swords, I've seen this card upright this month in maybe one reading, and then every other time he's been coming out, it's been reversed. I think he's mad because I missed Liberesh at dusk yesterday, right? No, I'm kidding. But the King of Swords here is, it's kind of talking about the situation where maybe it's important for you to focus on business matters right now in favor of working on your art or focusing on your passions. That's kind of a bummer if that's true. Haha, stupid if true. But we do have the fox here. What else? The fish. Fish is money. And the key. So if you use your smarts, you'll have access to money that you never even conceived of. And then you'll be free, maybe, to make all the art that you want. Maybe money's important to you, maybe it's not. I'm just going to make an overarching generalization that a lot of Pisces are creative people because they're water signs. But I also have cognitive bias in that I know mostly musicians. So all the Pisces that I know are going to be musicians because that's who I know. That's my cognitive bias, and I recognize it. Sixth house, health, daily routines, and it's governed by the earth sign Virgo, which is also a mutable sign. And this is the Six of Pentacles. Now it's in the reverse right now, but it could be like what we were saying with the Lenormand cards that I pulled out for your creativity house, that in the very near future you're going to be set up for so much more if you just buckle down and focus on these matters that need to be taken care of. But let's find out more about that. It's a choice that you have to make, for sure. There could be a betrayer in your midst. And yeah, the discipline. Or the snake could be you feeling like you're betraying yourself. That's kind of what I'm getting for this. All right. Hey there, everybody. You got ugly fluoride? Well, post it below and make my day. Sorry, I promised not to get too distracted, but didn't think you would mind too much. Here is the 7th house, governed by Libra. Could be a court case, could be a marriage, which is very similar to a court case sometimes, is it not? Or it could be an open enemy, which is very similar to a marriage, is it not? We have the Six of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords, they say science on this card, but typically the Six of Swords is the woman in the boat with all the swords through the bottom of the boat, sailing off onto a new horizon. That might be something that you're considering now, either with a business partnership, a marriage, or or worst case scenario, maybe you're fleeing legal proceedings, fleeing the country to avoid that. Or maybe you're just leaving a place where you don't have a lot of good close allies, you have a lot of open enemies. Any of these things are possible. We have the Clover, that's good luck. The Cross, it's God on your side, divine intervention. And we have the House, which is about stability and a good home life. So you're probably headed towards that. Yeah. Fewer and fewer cards to shuffle. You have a lot of doubles here. I just noticed that you had 2 7s here, 2 7s here. You got 2 queens here, you got 2 6s here. Just pointing that out for you right now. The 8th house, which is death, sex, and other people's resources, governed by Scorpio. And very much like the marriage house, I do see some kind of a departure ending. This being the 10 of Swords is kind of like your worst case scenario. It's in the reverse, so this could be something that happened in the past, or it could be something that might happen in the future. will be important to know the details of your own life well enough to discern the difference. Got the anchor, something that is really an established thing, like you kind of almost take it for granted. The ship, you will have mobility though, and that's what we were talking about here in the 7th house. So you will have mobility. We have the Rider, which is good news coming in. So I think that it's going to be a little bit devastating. It could be a death. I hate to say that, but I said it's a Libra also. And it could be the end of a relationship. And it probably won't happen. Or it probably isn't going on in May. It could be something that happened not too long ago and you're still kind of getting over it, and now the mobility and the good news is coming in. And you're just sitting there like, I never thought that this would end. So, if that applies to you, Pisces, I'm really sorry to hear that. The 9th house. The 9th house is Sagittarius's house. Mutable fire. That's a little scary, huh? Which one's scarier, mutable fire or mutable water? I mean, I'm sure mutable fire isn't scary to you at all, right? The 9th house is about higher education, travel, anything that you do to elevate yourself. And 8 of Swords, right now you probably feel like you're trapped, but you're not. It's an illusion. 8 of Swords is always the illusion of being trapped, but you're not actually trapped. You could get out quite easily. The Bear is somebody who's powerful enough to be dangerous. We have the Ring, which could be a partnership. And we have the Gentleman. So despite everything else that is going on for everyone right now, and we have double aces, so we have another doubling here. Double 9s here. Almost every single, not this one, not this one, not this one. Double, 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 double. Double trouble. Boil and bubble. Pisces. I think for some of you, this is specifically speaking to, it could be an abusive relationship, but it could also be a relationship where this person is just not going to be easy for you to deal with. It doesn't necessarily have to be abusive to be toxic, so don't forget that. But that's only going to be for some of you too. The 10th house, Capricorn's house of career. We have victory, and it's upside down. So again, this success, I think we had a 9 of Cups in here. All of these things are going to be postponed for now, but that doesn't mean that they're not coming. See a dog for loyalty. The book is Secrets, Secret Loyalties, and a child. So this could be somebody who is not mature, but they will be very loyal to you, and they might not let you know that they're actually an ally. or you might not understand their loyalty because they're immature. That could be it too. That is in your job sector. But it could also be if you're dealing with a Capricorn. All right, the 11th house. Maybe some of you have Aquarius cusp or Aquarius in your charts. Neighboring sign. Oh, this hasn't come out yet for any of the other signs. Aquarius's house, the 12th house. It's all about your psychological states and your psychic states. It could have to do with astral travel, or it could have to do with psychosis. And here we have the Princess or Page of Wands, and she is in the reverse. So, Page of Wands is about creative ideas, new creative ideas. And maybe you just feel it kind of like you're running dry right now for creative ideas. Let's find out. Tend your garden. So it's time to tend your garden. The Tower is about control. And if you look at these two cards together, you can kind of build the tower onto this fountain. Although that's not really how you read Lenormand. But that control is going to be an extension of how you're cultivating your surroundings. And the heart. And that's about love. Ooh, here we go, Pisces. It's your house. We're in your house. I'm knocking on the door. Knocking on the door, Pisces. Sun. What an awesome ending to your reading. What a relief. Oh man. Some of these readings this month have been real nail biters. Libra. If you have Libra in your moon or rising placement, Libras are killing it this month. Go be a Libra in May is my advice. We do have some storm clouds accumulating ahead, so like some of this stuff you're gonna start hearing about in May, but it's not really gonna start bubbling up to the surface yet. We do have the lilies, which is about using prudence and remembering to keep purity in some situations. It's not as much about being a prude as it is about propriety. We also, and another double, 2 kings, 2 tens, 2 aces. Whoa, what does that mean? Double trouble. We also have the bouquet. The bouquet could be a gift, or it could be a flirtation. So maybe a lot of these problems can be avoided for some of you if there's not a flirtation. That might be what this strength in the communication house is about for some of you, and that somehow all of these other complications are like kind of tied into that. So just be really mindful of any of those situations. I know we would all love for free love. We would all love to be free to love. But the reality of the situation is that people are manipulative and they're jerks to each other. And the reason that it's okay to not feel like you have to be into free love is that not everybody sees things the way that you do. Some people see them in a very transactional way. And if you're a sex worker, That's fine. You're being honest about it. That's great. If you see sex and romance in a transactional way and you're dishonest with other people about it, you are robbing them of their ability to love freely. Anyway, Pisces, I am so glad that you joined me for your May 2020 tarot forecast. I will be doing mid-month readings moving forward, starting in May. These readings are not going to be card readings. They are going to be crystal scrying. So there will be crystal tapping. I'm not sure how much, because some people are like, you shouldn't touch the crystal, and sometimes I just hold my hands over it, but we'll see. It'll be exciting. Anyway, thank you so much, Pisces. Thank you for your continued and appreciated support. And I will see you again very soon.